Hello there friends. So today an interesting one. If we could only pick one element of mixed martial arts to learn, which one would I pick for a street fight in a one-to-one situation, a group situation? What would be the most effective? What would be the best one? Where would be your best time spent? And this is after multiple decades of learning all of the major martial arts. I'm just going to give my very honest opinion and what I truly believe will be the most devastating. So, in a street fight, a one-on-one situation, just you and someone else, no one else is around, for me, it would be a very clear Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. The reason I would pick this is just we go back through history, go back to the first UFCs, which I was absolutely obsessed with when they come out, because no one really knew who would win, between boxing and wrestling and judo. I remember thinking just the boxers were going to go in and knock everyone out, and I was very, very wrong. And we had, Hoist Gracie, small guy, 12 something stone, taking on these absolute mammoth, 16, 18 stone guys, a lot of them juiced absolutely off the nut as well, and just absolutely destroying them because he had a skill that they didn't, which was Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And it really shook up the world because no one had really heard of this sport before. Everyone heard of kickboxing, boxing, but Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, 20, 30 years ago, that wasn't no one really knew in unless you were sort of from those areas it had come about. It was completely unknown, and it was absolutely amazing seeing these skinny guys from Brazil absolutely destroying everyone because they had this secret weapon, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And it was, it was just strict arts then. A boxer via Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, a wrestler via karate guy. And we never knew before this who would actually win. And I actually love that the most out of all of it, because, it was just, your eyes sort of just widened and you go, wow, okay, it's this grappling sport that I've got no idea what the hell's going on. It's just destroying everyone. But in a group fight situation where there's multiple people, there's a load of you, or there's just one of you against a group of people, this actually, my opinion actually completely changes on this, because if you're one guy and you're fighting 5, 6, 7 guys, you don't want to be going to the floor because they're going to just absolutely kick your head in, and you want to be up on your feet and standing your best chance. So I would actually go for Thai boxing if it's a group situation, even if it's like 10v10. I'd rather have some Thai boxing skills, keep on my feet and stay off the floor. And 100% if it's just me v 5, 6 guys, I want to be on my feet, striking, trying to put people out and look to get away if I can. And I don't want to be rolling around on the floor because people are just going to jump in you and kick you and start hitting you, and it's the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is not nearly going to be as effective then. So this is my opinion on what would be the best two for two different types of street situations, and we've really seen it go full circle in the UFC, where it was like grapplers were just absolutely dominating in the early days because they had a skill set that a lot of these other athletes didn't have. But it's almost gone now the other way, where the strikers are really dominating because they know how to grapple, they know how to wrestle, they know how to not get taken down. If they do get taken down, they know how to survive. And in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, if you're not trying to finish the other person, you're just looking to survive, you stand a very good chance of making it if you've got like a reasonable skill set. But for street one-on-one, if you've got 10 years of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu experience and you're going against someone who has 0 years of experience or 0 time on the mats, you're going to absolutely destroy that person, to be honest with you, even if they're bigger, stronger, more athletic, once it goes to the floor. Because you're on another level. But even if you're a top striker and you could fight someone who's just aggressive, they could land a lucky punch possibly. Obviously the seasoned striker is much more likely to win, but you've still got a chance of losing because anyone can just close their eyes, throw a shot, it lands, especially if they're big, strong and powerful. So I like the odds when it's a one-on-one Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. As soon as you take a tumble down, if they don't know what they're doing, it is game over for them. And that's a very nice thing to know and have in your back pocket if you've got that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu experience. But yeah, it's very interesting now how the strikers are coming around, because they know how to grapple, they know how to stop the takedown. It's very interesting seeing the progressions over the years, and then you just get like the complete phenoms like Khabib, who can take people down relentlessly and not maybe have the best striking in the world, but his wrestling is just on such another level. He's still dominating these guys who've wrestled their entire life. It's absolutely fascinating to see, and to this day it just still absolutely fascinates me. So this is my thoughts on it. So BJJ, one-on-one, street, gets my thumbs up. Thai boxing, group situation, or 1v multiple attackers, that definitely gets my thumbs up. So pick what you want, let me know in your comments what you think. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.